And rims are a good high ticket list. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. We should be live right now. Okay.
Nice.
All right, cool. What's up? Okay. Guys, I know that typically when you see me live, it's I've got my typical background, but I'm trying to like spruce things up a little bit and make my business coach Chad Thibodeau proud. So if he's watching this, Chad, look, I can be taught. I do the thing. Today I am live with the Expert Connection to interview this incredible guy, Cody Neer. Cody, thank you so much for joining me today.
Trish, I
Um,
love you. Appreciate it.
no, I'm excited about this because it's a huge thing that people are talking about, not necessarily having like a side hustle, but figuring out how to start their own e-commerce store, because there's so many people that have no clue how to do this, right? Or do it and profit with it like in a short period of time. And then so many people do the Facebook marketplace flipping thing, but it doesn't really they don't really know what they're doing. So it's like, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, but not a couple thousand.
Yeah.
So um just for you guys, so that you guys know, what prompted this interview today is that on Sunday morning, Cody and I have been Facebook friends for a little while, because my network said, I asked around a little while ago, and my network said that he was the guy for e-commerce stuff. So I feel like I'm like way shorter than you right here. What's going on? Anyway, I feel like a midget interviewing you.
I'm probably, let me, oh,
No,
my
it's
chair's
okay.
going.
It's just I think my chair is like sunk down or something. I'm usually not
Uh,
this short for my
awesome.
camera. Anyway, so I got connected with Cody, and I was like, oh, this guy's cool. He's got a good vibe. He's also here in Florida because I'm in Tampa, so I love hooking up with local people. And then Sunday morning, we'd been in each other's, Facebook newsfeed for a little bit, and he posted this thing on Sunday morning that really got to me. And he basically gave people like a free tip on how to make like $1,000 plus off of like Facebook Marketplace, or just by going to garage sales like that weekend on a Sunday. So the second I saw that, I thought, man, this guy is on the same wavelength as I am. Just trying to show to people and explain to people the reality is money's everywhere. We just have to like understand where to find it and how to like take action and go do the thing. So that's why you're here, and I'm so happy to have you. So thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, I'm excited actually, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about like what got you into this. And I know I can see that you've got a Clickfunnels 2 Comma Club award behind you. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I played professional baseball, college baseball, came out of that, kind of didn't understand where I would go in life. And so the first job I ever took was like a sales job. And they said you have to generate your own leads and find your own companies, and you have to just do everything yourself. And that's really what kicked me into gear and figuring out digital marketing. And so then I got on Facebook, got on Google, started getting the training, dove headfirst into just figuring out how to open up a computer and actually diving online and creating business for myself. From there, the business that I started the sales with, we actually grew into a substantial sized business. We sold electronic checks and payment processing. Many people know about what that is, and being in Orlando, right down I-4 from you, there's a lot of companies that sell vacation packages to Disney, Universal, and all of the theme parks in Florida. And being in Orlando myself, I was like, man, I can sell this stuff to anybody. Like everyone needs electronic checks payment processing. If they're selling these vacation packages, all these companies need this type of stuff. 2003, AARP started the whole take a picture of a check and then send it to your bank account. So our company came up with the idea, well, what if we could get the companies that sell vacation packages to actually sell their vacation packages for Disney, Universal, Busch Gardens, and allow people to actually pay with electronic checks online. Most people have to pay a credit card. Well, it's really hard to pay a $10,000 trip to Disney World on a credit card. And they could just pay, if you give your bank, give your bank information via a check, they could start a down payment, create a deposit, and not have to leverage credit. And then for the businesses, it was a safer bet because they'd have actual bank account information. They could verify funds, and if we're going to give you a vacation package for 15 grand, we want to know that you have the money to pay for it. So vice versa, it was a good fit. 3 years into that business, I learned Google, Bing, Facebook. I pretty much learned the whole digital marketing world after 3 years because I had to generate business and sales for that company. And that's really what kicked me into the online world. After
I'm
that,
literally taking notes as you're talking. I'm like, I'm gonna be feverishly, you guys, if you see me looking down, I'm taking notes and you ought to be doing the same thing.
after that business, I took a role as an employee. That company was sold, so I didn't know what to do after that. I was a minority partner in the business. I thought, hey, my first company, this is great. Having 3% of a business is amazing. Not realizing really in the world that 3%, 3% is good, but it's not great. But they sold the company, and I had a sliver of 3% of whatever they sold the company for, and I got a little chunk of change, and I was realizing, man, like I worked hard, and a lot of people got rich off that, and I want to do this for myself. And that's when I really became an entrepreneur and started contracting, consulting, and doing this for other businesses, the same things I did for that first business. And one of those roles was working for Target Corporation. And we launched the first paid social media ads for Target.com, which is Target, everyone loves Target, right? My wife
Cody,
loves it.
you're a badass, man. This is so cool.
Yeah, it was at the time I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I knew what I was doing in the world of what I was doing, but I had no idea the significance of in the world of digital marketing, what I was doing as in like
Yeah.
the impact it would have on just myself and the world we live in. We launched the Cartwheel app, which is the discount app that Target owns.
Oh my
We were the
God.
first people in the entire world to ever do an app download acquisition. So that means someone clicks an ad on Facebook, Instagram, it goes to the iOS or Android store, and then actually downloads the app to that phone. We were the first people to ever do that through a paid direct response paid ad on the internet. Period. So that was kind of cool. I did a campaign with Justin Timberlake while at Target. I got to sit in a room with Justin Timberlake and chat, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is real cool. I get to meet Justin Timberlake, and then at the point, in 2012, 13, not everyone had a cell phone where you're just taking selfies every 5 seconds.
Correct.
At the time, I didn't just go like, let me get a selfie with you, Justin. Like I didn't do that. I have one picture of myself sitting at a table with Justin Timberlake and some other people at Target, but it was really cool. Good experience. We spent a ton of money on ads. We like I said, a launch power editor for Facebook. We did Pinterest ads. We launched the first Twitter cards for Twitter. We spent almost $60 million in ads for Target Corporation and did almost $350 million in sales.
Wow.
And so like, imagine going from not doing anything, baseball player, dumb jock, figuring it out by yourself, getting thrown into one of the largest Fortune 100 companies, and then basically leading a team of here run paid social media ads. It was like I said, I just didn't realize what was going on at the time, but I'm really thankful for it now. A lot of the friends that I have now that are mentors and around me now came from the 10 years ago when that stuff happened. But then once I realized that, hey, I could sell products online through paid direct response ads, that's when I started the e-commerce business and really for myself and started doing it for myself and making money for myself. That whole time, I literally never got away from selling something physical. I would buy a pickup truck and fix it up or clean it up or whatever and sell it locally. I would, buy and sell products online all the time. Like that mentality of buying and selling things was always in me because I figured like, hey, I know I can buy and sell things, and I can put it on the right spots, put in the right channels, and find the right people to sell the product. So I started my first e-commerce business, had some success. That's where the Clickfunnels 2 Comma Club comes from. I have an agency. We have 27 people right now in the agency. We manage and build e-commerce businesses for investors and for ourselves. We're going to do close to 9 figures in total gross sales this year. And, in e-commerce and the world of e-commerce, I mean, it's a really, really easy, awesome, and great environment right now in the world because you have places like Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Pinterest, and then you can use ads on Google, Bing, Facebook. There's just so much access right now to selling products online that it's just a good time to be online and being in business and stuff. But the post on Sunday that I'll dive into was just basically how to wake up and find those products that people are selling or getting rid of and find the people that want to buy those products because I I'm a firm believer that anyone can earn an extra $100 a month. Anyone, um, for most people, like that will just be like the starting point of what they can do online. But like they don't understand, where do they start? Um, and as I mentioned, like creating a side business is a great way to create like a secondary income stream, and online and e-commerce and selling physical products is really my background. So it's naturally a thing for me to find the Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Amazon, find products that people are giving away on Craigslist, and find the buyers. But you know, that's the post. Like on Sunday morning, a gentleman posted a picture. He had 4 rims on the Facebook Marketplace, 4 rims that he took off a vehicle. He was buying like 20-inch rims or 22-inch rims and putting new tires on it. But he had bought a brand new Chevy Tahoe, and that brand new Chevy Tahoe came with a wheel package with tires on it. So they're brand new tires and rims that he put on Facebook Marketplace, and he was like, "I'm just trying to get rid of these because I got new ones." Well, I'm just like, well, naturally, yeah, these things are worth $1,000. Okay, so I'm gonna go find someone who wants to buy these tires and rims for $1,000. So anyways, I went to the guy's house, got the tires and rims that were literally sold them for $1,000 that same day to somebody else who wanted them for their vehicle. And I think I paid $140 for all 4 tires and rims from them, and sold them for $1,000 cash on
Wait,
Sunday.
wait. Hold on. Wait. Time out. Can you please repeat that? How much did you pay for them?
I paid $140 for a
For
product that
4 brand new Chevy Tahoe tires.
tires that the guy just wanted out of his way, because that's how the world works. Is like when people just want things gone and like thrown away, like they think they're trash. And I was like, I know I can make some money on that. And the guy probably didn't care, or maybe him posting online wasn't a big deal, or he didn't need $1,000 or anything. But I just looked at it as like, man, there's literally $1,000 laying right there. I have to go grab this money. To me, I was like, I have to go get these tires and sell them to somebody else who wants them. So yeah, I paid the guy $140. The reason I gave him 140 is because I came there with 20s, and he asked for $150. And instead of me giving him 160, I gave him 140. And he's like, "Yeah, that's good. That's good enough." I was like, "All right, thanks. Appreciate it." I just
That's
walked
how
away.
people are all the time. They're like, they don't care. Just give me some cash
Yeah.
I mean,
It's crazy. So it's like, in perspective, one person's trash is, another person's treasure, they say. And the
yeah.
reality is, I mean, no matter what the product is, there's people out there buying it. You see people, refurbing tables and chairs and electronics and
All the
lighting.
time. That is literally that. Would you not agree? I feel like that's like 80% of the Facebook marketplace anymore is people like refurbishing furniture,
Yeah, I mean, it's a great market. I mean, there's buyers
especially
out
in
there.
Florida, patio furniture.
There's buyers. I mean, wooden tables and chairs and benches and stuff. People love that stuff for their patios. It's awesome.
So that's so funny. And I think that you might even have commented on the post. I was speaking with, we're talking about this, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Uh, so I have some clients of mine who I consult for live video marketing, and they're property wholesalers, like flippers, right? They do hard money brokering as well. And you and I were just talking about this before, and I referred you to them. Um, but one of the things that we talked about last week on our call was the, like, they're like, oh, some hard money lenders will, they'll loan so much money. So as a wholesaler, you have to think about, okay, if this house is like, there's garbage everywhere, then you find somebody off of Craigslist, right? Or Facebook Marketplace
Mhm.
to hire to come in and get rid of all the trash. So I was like, So I immediately in my head, because because I suck at math, I keep a calculator right next to me, right? And I'm like, how much did you pay that guy, right? And they're like, oh, we paid him $850. I'm like, 850 to get, and they're like, yeah, it took him like a day and a half. I'm like, but that's a day and a half that you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to go like rent a dumpster. You didn't have to do any of that crap. You just hired somebody else. So I'm like, let me think about this. If somebody's got just a worn out pickup truck and they're hard up for cash right now, I feel like that's like an answer right there. If they did 10 houses a month, 10 houses, and they ran like $1 a day or $2 a day Facebook ads, and I don't even know how to run Facebook ads, I'm just throwing this out there, to wholesalers specifically,
Mhm.
property flippers, and like throw some stuff on Craigslist, they could probably clear even with like renting like a trailer from Home Depot, you could probably clear a good $5,000 a month, minus like everything else. You could probably hire a team to come in and help you. $5,000 a month. Like, and then do like what you're saying, keep the stuff, keep the junk, go rent the pods for like $50 a month, and then open that son of a bitch up on a Saturday or Sunday morning and have people come in and sell the stuff.
Yeah. It's just literally free money. The cool
Like,
thing is too is they can take the stuff that they get out of those houses, and Amazon and eBay both let you place products, used products on Amazon and eBay.
yes,
Both of
yes.
them let you do it. Not to mention you can place those products on local listings like Craigslist and sell. And there's literally millions of people on all of those sites every single day searching to buy things. So like they could get paid to go clean it up, get paid to remove it, and then get paid to sell the products that somebody else just threw away.
So,
It's
okay, I'm going to pick your brain. It's time for me to pick your brain a little bit. You
correct.
ready? Okay. The first thing I want to ask you is that 2 Comma Club award, you said that was after you launched your first e-com business.
Correct.
What product did you choose, and how did you come to that idea for that product?
Yeah. So slap in the face. I thought that, hey, I want to start my own e-commerce business. I need products. And I didn't know that there was a such thing called AliExpress and Amazon and all these places. I didn't have that concept of, well, I can do what they call now online arbitrage. I didn't even know what that existed. So what did I do? I went and bought a screen print and embroidery company, and I had all this equipment and all these shirts and hats and everything, decal cutters and everything. And I had $1 million in debt to start my own apparel brand. And I thought, man, I'm on track to do something here, right? So it's funny because now I realize there's something called print on demand. And you don't need anything. You don't need a machine, an embroidery machine. You don't need to buy the products. You don't need to do anything until you sell the products. So the very first thing I sold, I was selling hats, shirts, decals, hoodies, beanies, the whole 9 yards. And I built a pretty substantial, almost 7 figures in the first year, pretty substantial business where I was making my own products and then selling them. I'd go to trade shows, I'd put it online, I'd run the ads, I'd market them. But I didn't have this product piece figured out quite yet because I was literally having to make the product, buy the product, bring it to the warehouse, make the product, create the design, print it, ship it to the customer, right? There's a lot of work there. And it wasn't until I figured out print on demand, when I figured out print on demand, that I could actually just design the product, put a digital mock-up of the product online. When someone bought it, it would go to somebody else and they would actually print the product. They would ship it to my customer. They would give them the tracking information. And I just sat back and ran ads on selling the products. So that's once I went from having a screen print embroidery company and all the physical location, sold that and said, man, I'm doing this wrong. And I went to print on demand. That's when I got the 2 Comma Club award. I actually started leveraging my marketing and advertising skill set. True. And I wasn't in the back, printing a t-shirt.
That's incredible. So, for me, like, it's something I'm definitely toying around with in my head. Cause I mean, I'm one of those people, like I stay in my lane. I don't like to do like the shiny object things. If I stay super focused on my business, then I profit and I have time for clients, and, it's a much more lucrative business for me. However, and I'm going to bring this up especially because you talked about the print on demand piece, right? So for me, I've got 2 trademarks. One of them is approved, the other one is pending approval, but they're going to be 2 registered trademarks. And as I get those registered trademarks, I already want to do print on demand t-shirts for Press Live with Purpose, right?
Yep.
And have like a unicorn or whatever on it. But I could do that right now. And I feel like, and I'm asking you, I don't know the answer. I just feel like that would be one of the easiest ways for me to really grow my brand more and profit as I sell that out for all the people who love what I do. And I build that credibility and authority with them. I start selling the t-shirts, the coffee tumblers, the this, the that. Is that a really powerful way for people to grow their brand from an e-commerce print on demand place?
100%. And it's such a tangible model that if you have $29 a month to spend, because that's how much it costs for Shopify, it's $29 a month. It's not $1 million and there's not a whole bunch of overhead. It's $29 a month for Shopify. You go onto the app section, you type in the app section, you look for print on demand. There's going to be literally hundreds of print on demand vendors. The one I use is called Viral Style. You're going to pop
I've heard of them. Yes. Okay.
give you a coffee mug or a t-shirt or a hoodie or whatever it may be, and then you just upload your design onto the product. You're going to click submit, and it's going to say, here's how much it costs for you. And you're going to say, well, I want to sell it for here. Say it costs you 10. You're going to say, well, I want to sell it for 20. And it's going to put your description, your title in there, and you press a button, submit, and it's going to submit that product, make the mock-up, create the descriptions, and put it on your store for you all automatically. And then your product is going to be on your store ready to sell. When someone goes to Shopify, they click buy, the product's going to actually go to the vendor's viral style. They're going to make it, and they're going to ship it to your customer. They're going to give you a tracking number automatically. That's going to come back in your Shopify store, and it's going to get emailed directly to your customer. And they're going to say, here's my tracking. So for $29 a month, I mean, it's literally no money at all. People spend more on that probably on their coffees in a week. So I tell anybody, it's like, if you want to be able to make a shirt or a hat, you'd have to go to a company to make a shirt or a hat. They're going to charge you for a hat embroidered. They're going to charge you what they call a digitization fee. That's $50 just one time to take a design and make it so they can actually do embroidery with it. It's $50. Then they're going to charge you for the hat. Okay, it's $12. Then they're going to charge you for the embroidery. Okay, that's $5. So you're going to have $65 in to make one hat. Then you say, well,
in all fairness, that's their business cost. It's their cost, but minus the profit, right? Everybody's got a profit margin. So
that's just the way it works. Yeah.
Right.
So,
right.
In the other model, you go and print on demand. You literally upload your logo to a hat on a mock-up, and it goes to the vendor, and they don't charge you digitization fees. They don't charge you
one fee.
Quantity fee. They charge you one fee. It's $12 for the hat and the embroidery and everything on it, and then they ship it to your customer. So just a little example, if you wanted to make shirts and hats yourself without having your own Shopify store that has print on demand, you're going to pay a lot more than just having your own Shopify store to make. You want to make a random shirt for your business or a hat or decal or hoodie or long sleeve shirt. There's so many products, sandals, flip-flops, bathing suits. There's everything out there. It's just it's for $29. It's almost, unreal that people don't have that just as a resource to make their own shirts and hats if they want them.
Now, I'm going to ask you another question because I'm not good about this stuff. Dan Kurtz is actually he's my SEO and my website guy. I've got a WordPress site. We've been rebuilding everything out, rebranding and everything. So let's say I wanted to do this and I've got my Shopify store. Do you know the answer to this question? Is there maybe a plugin that I could use within my WordPress site that would go directly to my Shopify store from the page where I'm selling my things?
Great question. Shopify is just like the recommended, that the default. In WordPress, you have WooCommerce, and on WordPress, right, okay, you have plugins. You can literally get the same exact print-on-demand vendors in WordPress.
Okay.
So you can type in viral style, Printify, Print Aura, and you don't have to have a Shopify store to do this.
Okay.
It's like my default, Shopify. But the reality is, if you have WordPress, you can go into your plugins and you can literally type in print on demand. It does the same exact thing. Works the same way. The plugin does the same thing. You don't have to, change the wheel or anything like that. So
that's good to know. That's really good to know. I know I have a lot of people in my audience who do either have a Shopify store already or are doing the whole, expanding their brand thing. And again, I'm not a branding expert, but I feel like if you're going to be out there and you're getting things trademarked, and, in the real estate side, I help a lot of real estate agents and loan officers and mortgage professionals. The state of Florida just issued this new law saying that real estate teams have to basically do a rebrand. They can't have a lot of words in their team's name, like real estate broker, any of that. So they have to completely do a rebrand. And I feel like when you're doing something like that, if you get a trademark approved or a hashtag approved or something like that, what better way to get it out there and celebrate with your audience than to do something like this, print on demand with a WooCommerce or Shopify store to back it up?
Yeah, imagine as a real estate agent, you have your companies, your brand, maybe you're on WordPress or Shopify, whatever it may be, and you sell a house. Well, most of the time, good, nice real estate agents, they'll buy the person who bought the house a gift. They're like, hey, here's a housewarming gift. I mean, with print on demand, there are literally thousands of products on there that they could give. There's tumblers. They can do big posters. Like that thing right there is actually just a canvas print. It cost me about $14 and it looks like it cost $150, $200, $300, whatever. Right?
No
It's
doubt.
high quality canvas print that you can get made on your print on demand store as a gift for, the buyers or sellers of houses and properties. So for real estate agents, you're already buying and selling gifts. Why not leverage the fact that you have your own ability to do print on demand products? It's really easy too, by the way. You just literally upload the logo, design, whatever it may be, to the actual product, and buy it, and it'll get printed and shipped directly to you or your customer, which is awesome. So you don't really have to leverage it as a customer facing thing too. You can leverage it as like, I just have this as a resource in my WordPress site. When I want to make a shirt, I'll just upload the logo, buy it myself. I pay the at cost. If it's $10, I pay $10 myself to the vendor, and it ships to my house. You have a new shirt. You literally could create one-off shirts or one-off hats or decals, hoodies, beanies, whatever it may be, bathing suits, flip-flops, socks, whatever you want, for really cheap. And, it's a good resource to have to create products and give gifts and whatnot away.
This is fantastic. Like I literally, I could sit here all day, and I'm sure you've got other things going on. I'm going to ask you two more questions though. And then, I feel like we could wrap this up if you're good with this.
Sweet.
The first question I'm going to ask you is, when we just talked about like having, when you're selling something in a pod, right? Like you're cleaning up a house, whatever. And you mentioned that there's all these different things that you could resell on Amazon. Can you just maybe give a few suggestions on what sells really well that's a used product on Amazon, specifically for if somebody's flipping a house, or just in general, like just to give people like some good ideas?
Yeah. So first, the three places that you want to focus on, for sales and creating sales and finding buyers: eBay, Amazon, and Craigslist. Right.
Okay.
Now, the reason I excluded Facebook Marketplace, which is literally number 4 on the list of 3, eBay, Amazon, and Craigslist they're paid features to do product listings, right? Facebook Marketplace, you do not pay to list a product on Facebook Marketplace. So it's literally free. If you take away the other paid ones, you don't pay fees or anything on Facebook Marketplace. You can literally find something on Craigslist in your local area, go to the person's house, buy it for less or get it for free. Even there's literally things that people are giving away for free. Yeah. Place them on Facebook Marketplace in the same day. You could literally buy and sell. You don't technically have to buy most things, and sell it and make money every single day. Now on eBay, you pay around 20-30% fees, Amazon 15 to 20% fees, and Craigslist, you pay a listing fee, right? But the reality is, the best products that sell, typically, it depends on how much money you have to invest. If you start out with just Craigslist, there's people giving away stuff for free. There literally is. So free is free for products. It doesn't matter what it is, but as long as it's a value product, there's things that people say, oh, that's trash, I just want it out of my way. For instance, those tires and rims, the guy just wanted them out of his way, but they were worth $1,000, right? They're out there every single day. There's products like that online. Tables, chairs, benches, front patio furniture, couches. Couches are
electronics, right? A lot of
electronics, yeah, TV, whatnot. Absolutely.
I actually want to talk about that for just 1 second, because I was like, oh my God, I was like, just for the hell of it, I went into Facebook Marketplace. I was telling my husband I wanted to get a projector screen to have in my house, because I'm going to start conducting masterminds in my house, and then just to have one, just to have it handy for when I do local events. And I was, looking on like Best Buy and a couple other places, like thousands of dollars. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm not paying this much money. So I went on to Facebook Marketplace, and I saw them listed for like $160. And I was like, why didn't I think of this sooner? I feel like anything and everything you can get like significantly less expensive on Marketplace. It's just amazing.
That's 100%. Furniture is great. Electronics are great. I like to stay into like the auto. I like buying and selling pickup trucks and vehicles and stuff. I mean, you can get a pickup truck for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. Do a little bit of fix up. Maybe just make sure you make the oil change, fix the tires and rims on it, make sure it runs and cranks up, whatever, and double or triple your money. For like a Sunday morning when I wake up, we go to church, we get home from church, I'm usually just lounging around. So I like to keep busy. So it'll be like, hey, there's this truck for $1,500. Man, all it needs is a new seat, upholstered, and making sure the tires are blown up or something's right. And then, man, I could sell it for $4,000. Well, it's like my time into getting it fixed and then selling it I made $3,000 on a Sunday. It's like, what else am I doing on a Sunday?
That's incredible. That's really, really smart. Like, it's so smart. There's so my wheels are just spinning like crazy right now, because my husband's a handyman. Like, he could do things like that too, really.
Yeah, for sure.
And he does some things on Marketplace too. I mean, obviously I sell my kids' clothes and my kids outgrow their stuff. And then there's consignment stores like right around the corner that I can sell my kids' stuff to make money. So it's the same kind of idea. The last thing I wanted to ask you about, Cody, I know that you mentioned that you've got a program out there.
Yeah, Ecommerce Brand Academy. So
okay,
with all the stuff that I've done and do and everything, literally from eBay to Amazon to Etsy, Pinterest, Bing, Yahoo, the whole 9 yards, how to buy and sell stuff online. I've literally just made these courses and these, digital programs that you can go into, and it's literally what I do, how I do it, why I do it, what we do on a daily basis from the paid advertising standpoint. Everything's very foundational. There are some things in there that we get advanced for the people that are like, hey, what's the advanced stuff? Great. But for the most part, it's going to just explain to you, well, how do I go from, Craigslist to Facebook Marketplace or to eBay and Amazon? How do I set this up? Like, where do I even go? What link do I click? Who do I trust?
Right.
We put it all in there for every single thing. There's literally nowhere you'd have to go to find anything about how to buy or sell something online, run paid ads on any platform. The goal is to make sure that like you get this, we're constantly updating it. But when you get this, you have access to it, that you don't need to go anywhere else. You don't need to go Google search it in Bing ads and figure it out how to do it, or we have it in there. It's set up. And then if you have a question, you can literally go in a Facebook group, our Facebook group, E-commerce Brand Academy, ask a question that we answer. It's either myself, somebody on my team will answer you directly. And yeah, ecommercebrandacademy.com. And the Facebook group is E-commerce Brand Academy as well. And it's literally anything about buying and selling stuff online using paid advertising, direct response ads, marketing.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Cody, listen, I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. I mean, this is a lot of information. I got to pick your brain. That's one of the reasons why I have this show, is because I like to bring awesome people like you on and ask you the questions that most people are, either nervous to ask or just don't know to ask, right? So I really appreciate you doing this with me. For those of you who are listening to the podcast version of this, because every Facebook Live I do, I put out onto my podcast as well, the Expert Connection podcast with Trish Lito. All of the information to get more of Cody, learn more about him, connect with him is going to be in the show notes. And then I'll have everything on the Facebook Live here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. Cody, thank you so much for joining us. And then just let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook, Cody Neer, or on LinkedIn, Cody Neer, or ecommercebrandacademy.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day, Cody. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And that is it for today. Peace out.